Good morning, Plum here, playing World of Tanks, and here's a match I had with somebody called Towdrew, and this is a pretty good game. We're both in our JagdTigers, our tier 9 German tank destroyers on Fiery Salient, and that is Towdrew in his uncamouflaged machine. I'm in the camouflaged one. He was kind enough to send me his replay of the match. We had a couple of good games actually, but this was probably the one where we did the most damage and worked quite closely together. We had another match, but we both took completely opposing flanks, and we still managed to win that game. But this one, a little more teamwork going on in this one, side by side. There they are, beautiful machines too. They were in fact the largest operational units in World War II, the JagdTigers. Those things are nearly 3 meters high, which is astonishingly large. You have to see one of those things in the flesh, which I haven't done, but I've seen them in documentaries, and when you see someone stood next to it, my god, they are like the side of a barn, which is one of their weaknesses. Very easy to hit the side of a JagdTiger. It is an enormous target, but trick is keep everything in front of you. The front armour is very, very strong. So we have pushed over here onto the west flank. We had a minor discussion at the start about which flank to take, and I suggested the east. I was thinking the west, but for some reason I typed east. And as any good TD player knows, that this side is much more effective for a TD, generally speaking. So we pull up. We are looking for targets to shoot. I'm not at all confident about hitting that guy. I could only see a sliver of his turret then. So decide to hold fire. There's the enemy tank in the little well, which is a good spotting position for them. The longer he can stay there, the better it is for his team to spot us at this end of the map, but I don't think he has much luck, and I think we're going to dominate this side of the map. And of course, going to one flank means you've really got to hope your friends on the other flank, you can see them all there on the east side, do a good job. If we can hold ours and they can hold theirs, we're going to win. If one side collapses, it makes things a little difficult. You see the Lorraine has pushed back on the mini-map. Towdrew's going to come around me and push up and get a little bit closer. I'm quite content sat back here. I do not want to get any closer than this at the moment. I've got lots of bushes between me and the rest of this flank, which helps me keep me invisible. And I've got binocs to increase my view range. Right, IS-3. Let's work over in IS-3. I get a green reticule, 608 damage done. T-28 parked up behind it. Looks like Towdrew gets a bounce. They are formidable looking machines, these JagdTigers. Boom. Lovely effects on this map with the wind blowing from right to left or east to west. You fire the shot and the smoke just disappears off towards the west. Lovely effects. So we're watching, we're waiting. We're 2 tanks down, the enemy have only lost 1 tier 8. Well, we're 3 tanks down now. So this is starting to creep in the direction of the enemy team having superior amounts of armour. You can see at the top of the screen the armour values, which I'm finding useful. That mod of Joe's. Yeah, they've nearly got 1600 more hit points than us. It's virtually a whole tank's worth of hit points. More crucial at the end of the game. Now team starts to move up. I don't think we should move up just yet. They are winning by several tanks. So I'm saying in chat that they'll come because they're winning. That's generally the rule. If you're winning, you advance. So Towdrew comes to a stop. Now we have got tanks. I may as well move forward so I'm in range. Centurion! Easily penetrate a Centurion with this gun. If I could hit it. Which I sadly appear not to be able to do. So my tank's got the camouflage, that's the easiest way to remember who you're looking at. T-28. Now, these 2 guns working in concert. Let's see this happen. Full health. We both hit him almost simultaneously, and now he's only got 46 hit points left. And luckily we don't have to take the kill shot, because that's always a bit gutting, taking a kill shot with only a tiny fraction of health left, and we do it again. We 2-tap the IS-3. Luckily there isn't too many targets over this side of the map, so we are focus firing on the same tank because there's nothing else to shoot at. I somehow managed to miss. Good shot there by Taldrew. He managed to snag that kill, so now we've got 1 kill each. There's Fiery Salient in all its glory. And we have managed to swing the score around now. We've got 1 more tank than they have. We've also got more hit points in the bank. I'm coming up behind Taldrew, and I think we're now going to get to a point in the game where everything just stops for a minute. I'm going to say let's just sit tight and hold this ground because it's too even to call at the moment. So I'm going to put a little music on. Right, that's enough tea and ice cream. We can see there JagdTiger, and I don't aim that shot particularly well, and of course it misses. Let's see if we can work this JagdTiger over. Like I said, very easy to hit the side of a JagdTiger unless you're plumb, unless you're sat at the back of Fiery Salient on this game. Then it's quite difficult apparently. So this is Taldrew's shot. He also donks, but I actually hit my second shot at it. Gives him food for thought. So we know their T-29, their JagdTiger, that most of their tanks are now over on the east side of the map because they've been marked. So this is probably a good time to start moving up until we manage to spot their T-30. I get a nice big hit into him. And Taldrew's about to do the same. This pair of guns working together. Formidable stuff. I do believe he's been taken out. So we are now going to move up. We think most of the enemy tanks are now over on that flank. This should be relatively safe now. And let's put this armour to work. Now these tanks aren't that slow actually. Once you get a bit of momentum going, I think the weight just keeps them moving. Incredible machines. These had a pretty hit and miss life in the German Panzer divisions when they only came late in the game. They were a little too much, a little too late. A little over-engineered based on the Tiger II chassis, and only 85 were produced and few of them that actually saw any action. If these were built earlier in the war and were more reliable, then they could have been responsible for a lot more casualties to the Allies. Fortunately, they came a little too late. So I'm seeing the T-29. I'm going to line up for a really easy shot. Look at that, he's angled on the side of the bank. Absolute sitter. It's a glorious sight. Pair of JagdTigers rolling down the track. That would scare the bejesus out of you. These were built directly to counter the Russian IS machines that the Germans were encountering on the Eastern Front, and they could penetrate their counterparts, the Russians, quite easily from well over 1,000 metres with these enormous guns. Big 128mm. So I'm pushing up. Taudru's kind of watching for any machines that might take advantage. Crossgo the Air Force. I love that on this map. Now I'm sitting tight. Taudru's going to move past me, so we're kind of overlapping one tank at a time. Someone's always watching, since we really can make a tank take cover when they get hit by one of these guns. And when he's finished and he's turned around, I'm going to start moving, I do believe, which is a very good tactic with two tank destroyers. Don't both move up simultaneously if you can help it. One of you overwatch and the other one move, and then the other one move and the other one do overwatch. Centurion 7-1, he's too far away on the other side of that train track. I don't think I'm going to get shots on him. Centurion 1, a little tier 8 medium. The armour does its job. Taudru does a nice attacking manoeuvre here. Rather than sitting and waiting to get a shot, he just pushes. I mean, the game's nearly over. We've got 3.5 minutes. We've got to take this fight. And he does a shot on the move, hits the Centurion 1, takes him out. Always lovely to do that. Never disappointing to hit a tank on the move. He was moving, Taudru was moving. Anything could have gone wrong. So we're going to put the pressure now on these last 3 remaining enemy tanks by going to the cap. I'm going to go to the cap. Taudru's going to go to the middle to do a kind of overwatch of the cap and the other side of the map. That is a good looking machine. There was one engagement during the war where there were 3 JagdTigers and they managed to destroy 25 American tanks and tank destroyers, and they apparently took no damage at all. And they destroyed 25 pieces of Allied armour. Just 3 of them. Amazing stuff. Say, if they were more mobile at the start of the war, things could have been a lot worse for the Allies. So I'm sat in the cap, I'm waiting. They've got to come and stop me. I've certainly got the time to do this. With my bouncy armour, I might even take a bounce off a enemy tank. There's a Centurion 7/1. Taudru's going to get a look at him. Takes his shot, gets the bounce. Unfortunate. Then the artillery appears. These are the 2 remaining tanks now. Taudru takes his shot at the enemy artillery. He misses. So he gets a bounce and a miss. It's a little unusual for this gun. Centurion 7-1 pops up again. Then the artillery pops up again. Taudru takes the easy shot at the artillery and kills it. Just leaves the Centurion 7/1. Can he get Top Gun? It'd be great if I could kill him, because then we get brothers in arms, but unfortunately the 7/1 decides to remain that side of the tracks. And it's all over. Taudru doesn't get the kill either. So yeah, we got 7 tanks between us, and working together managed to take very little damage. Let's take a look at those post-game statistics. So that was good enough for my 3rd class mastery badge. I also got Fire for Effect quite easily, and a nice take home. That was ×5 of event, so it was nearly 6,000 XP in the kitty. Team scores, how did we do? Sorted by damage, I came top, Taudru came second, and he just beat him on damage. But sorted by XP, I came 4th. Didn't do as much work as these other machines, the T13 Object 704, but yeah, Taudru had a great game. Managed to get 5 kills, be in the right place at the right time to get those, and got himself over 1,000 XP, so his score must have been astronomical. Detailed report, and that's my detailed report, and it's 12 shots fired, 8 hits. Not bad, not bad. Let's see on Taudru's. It was already there. 18, 14 direct hits, and damage upon detecting, 3061. So yeah, great performance. Great machines, these JagdTigers. When you have a pair of them, you know, you're putting down 1,000 worth of damage to the enemy if you can focus fire, which we did at a couple of occasions, mainly because there was nothing else to shoot at and it just happened to be that way. But you can just turn a tank to ash in seconds with these machines if it's shooting at a tier 8. So they're good fun, and I'm looking forward to playing many more matches in it. So keep your heads down, drink plenty of water, and I will definitely play tanks again soon. Take care. Bye bye.